I'm excited to provide you with a brief overview of our topic for this week, which is aesthetic experiences. So let's start with just a brief definition of aesthetics. We're really talking about an appreciation for beauty and a feeling of wonder in our world, a sensibility that uses our imagination and our five senses. And a capacity for aesthetics is a fundamental human trait. So we naturally appreciate and notice our environment. And that may be especially true for many of our youngest learners. These types of experiences emphasize doing things for the joy of doing them. It's to help children develop full and rich lives. Children really love creating and looking at and talking about the environment and art and things that they're doing and experiencing. And they tend to express their feelings and ideas more openly as well. And we will be reading a bit about that this week, but a lot of that has to do with the environment and our school systems and how we have things set up. So let's see if we can keep that beauty of childhood staying with us into adulthood. This week we're going to be reading quite a bit and learning quite a bit about Regiomelia. One concept connected to Regiomelia is within schools having an atelier, which essentially just means a workshop or an art workshop. What it is essentially a space within maybe a separate room or within a classroom where it's very much set up for the materials to be explored with their senses and manipulated to create what they want to create. That's used with both traditional and non-traditional materials. So that could be found or used plastic lids or corks or things like that that often would be thrown away but can be beautiful found art, leaves, rocks, and so on. And then also, of course, paint and markers and so on. When possible, there is also the use of a teacher with some additional art background to really co-learn with students and to facilitate their work and their exploration within that workshop. Part of the Reggio experience also has to do with classroom design. So some of the methods and the models we explore a lot do look a lot at the aesthetics of a classroom. Waldorf has some particular aesthetic designs, as does Reggio Emilia and Montessori. One thing that you'll notice with all of these environments is that they are really truly beautiful and aesthetically pleasing. And why is that? So if we look at these pictures, especially that top picture, there's a lot of natural light and plants and nature. There's a lot of wood and materials and less of the bright kind of overwhelming colors that we see in more traditional classes. There's a lot more traditional art and less commercial art. And there's less in general. We want to see our class schedules and student artwork and so on at eye level. And when we say eye level, we're really talking more about their eye level. Any way that we can use furnishings and materials to create separate spaces for more quiet or busy or individual or group areas as well is helpful. And this is all going to be pleasing for a student's aesthetic experience and having the right amount of stimulation, the right amount of beauty without having too much and being overwhelming. I look forward to seeing everything that you are discovering this week through our readings and our discussions.